Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Viola Party Heaven. Guys, welcome back, and Merry Christmas to you guys. Thank you for a wonderful 2020, guys. I'm still going to, show my appreciation, but I don't want to like go into much talking this morning. I'm just going to go on with what we're doing. So we're doing because I've been looking for how to. I couldn't wait to like do a pure white balloon garland with candy canes, like Christmas themed and all of that. So that's what we're doing today. We're doing a white garland, and the thing about this garland is I'm not going to be putting it on the wall. Neither am I going to be using a frame. I'm only going to be using water weights. So these are my weights, and then I'm going to like hang it to the ceiling. So you guys can, when you have an event where you do not, you are not able to go back to get your stands, you can use this technique. So all you need is your water weight, and you need one hook, one wall hook. It could be a command hook. And another thing is you could get to the venue and there would be like a place where you could hang stuff on. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing today. So I've got Belbal 11 inches pearl white. I've got Qualatex 16 inches white, standard white, and then I've got some 5 inches. I'm going to be arranging the garland on my fishing line. So I've got my fishing line here, and then I'm thinking of spraying it with a bit of gold and silver just to see how it's going to be. And then I've got my swirly candy sweet, and I've got my candy canes already. So we're gonna get on with inflating of our balloons now. So first I'm going to inflate the 16 inches because I want the bottom to be like really to be bulky. So we'll inflate the 16 inches first.
So guys, I inflate the 16 inches into duplets. So also guys, for this garland I used a bag of 100 of the 12 inches, and then the 16 inches I didn't really count, but I think I used like 20 or thereabout. Yeah, 20-25, that's what I used. And the main tip about this garland is the fact it's the 16 inches. I don't know if you remember me mentioning in previous videos that when you use bigger balloons, you are able to like fill out the garland more quickly. Bigger balloons are more expensive, but then you would use less balloons. So what I did in this case was I inflated the 16 inches together and I tied them into duplets together. Then the 12 inches, I inflated them into random sizes, small clusters, big clusters. So the bigger clusters, I was going to like wrap it with the 16 inches into like a cord. So a cord is a 4 set of balloons. A duplet is two balloons tied together. So a cord is 2 sets of balloons tied into 4, if you get what I mean. Before we go on, guys, please remember to subscribe to my channel, share this video, tell a friend, like, comment, please, do not just watch, and watch till the end, guys, please watch till the end. So I'm still inflating all the balloons into random sizes. Now I put them into clusters after I've inflated all my balloons. So you can see I'm wrapping them together, and then my sets of 4 I am tying into 8. So 16 inches plus 12 inches wrapped together, and then the 4 sets you tie it together to make a set of 8. So the reason why I'm doing this is because these big balloons are going to be the ones I'm going to use for the, like the bottom area. So that's why I'm tying them into bunches like that and putting them on the side. So I would have duplets left. So 2 sets of 12 inches. Yeah, I would have those left because that's what I would use for the upper part. So you can see it's the 16 inches I'm wrapping with the bigger sets of the 12 inches. And I'm tying them together to make 8. So everything I'm putting on the side right now is what I'm going to be using for the, the bottom area. This smaller bunch I've just done will be used for the upper area. So this cords I'm doing, the smaller ones, is going to be for the top area of the garland. So remember, I start with the big and then go towards the smaller, because you don't want the top area to be too depending on the look you're going for anyway. So once I've done that, I go for the biggest bunch. So this bunch has got like 4 16 inches in it. So I get a 260Q and I wrap it into the middle and tie it off. And then I get my water weights and I tie a 260Q onto it. I'm using 3 water weights, 3 really big ones. And my water weights, I double stuffed the balloons that I used for them. So this gives it more stability. So I'm going to be wrapping this into the bottom of the big bunch. And then you lay it at the bottom. So I get the 260 and then I wrap the next bunch. So this bunch has 4 sets of 16 inches too. Then I get a smaller one and then I put it on top. Then the next big one. So what I did here was I took the 260Q that was on the balloon already and then I tied another one in because it was getting short. Then I keep wrapping the balloons round and then placing them in, random spaces because I want it to like have a swag kind of. I didn't want it to just be straight up. So I'm, placing the clusters in different spaces so that my garland would have a shape. A straight garland doesn't really look good. So I've arranged everything to the top now. So the next thing is I'm going to tie my garland to the ceiling. I already placed my hook on the ceiling and I just hang my garland to the ceiling and that's it. So the hook is placed on the ceiling and then you tie your 260Q to the hook and then you hang the garland and the garland stays in place. That's it. Just shape it. Don't be scared about shaping your garland. You can move it around, shape it if you think, oh, it's not in the right space you want. So next I get the clusters I have left, because I left one cluster that had 16 inches in the mix. That I'm going to be tying to the base. So using a 260Q, I wrap it into the base and I move the balloons around. So don't be, like I mentioned earlier, do not be scared about moving the balloons around. At this point, I do not know what the garland is looking like. So I'm just working based on, from top of my head, So I don't know what the gaps are or what's, how the old garland is looking. But I just felt, okay, I needed to move it around based on what I could see at that moment. Then I get another set of clusters. And I wrap it around using 260Q. So I tied the 260Q to the clusters and then I wrap it around, pushing it into the spot I want it to be. So this time it's a 160Q I have. So because 160Q is kind of like thin, so what I did was I halved it and then I tied it in the middle. And then I wrap it into my, my garland again, pushing it into place. At this point, you should step back and look at what you're doing. So normally, if I want to like look at what I am doing and see if it's looking the way I want it to look, I would go to my phone camera and then I'll take a picture. Or I don't even have to take a picture. I would just act like I want to take a picture and I'll just look at what I have done and see where I need to adjust and all of that. So I think I stopped the recording for a while, and I stepped back to look at what I was doing, and then I carried on. So here I'm just filling out the gaps now with mini clusters, still using 11 inches. So I didn't use any 5 inches for this garland, reason being that I was still going to like cover the garland up with the foil balloon, candy cane and swirly sweets. So there was no point of me using 5 inches. And aside from that, I think I liked the way the garland was looking already. I liked the way the pearl white stood out. And, it just had this... White has this kind of, amazing way it can look good. So then now I am doing like the top parts, filling out the top parts, just tying it in. Like I always say, do not be scared of moving your balloon around. If you think it's not placed in the right position, you can move it around. No stress. It's not going to come undone. It's not going to... Even if it comes undone, you can still replace it. You can put your balloon back. So do not be scared about doing any of that. Now the garland is ready. I just need to apply my candy canes. So you could apply as many candy canes as you want. I didn't want to, because this was just a tutorial. I didn't want to like, put too much of the candy canes on. So I just used a couple that I had. And at the moment, I think candy canes are kind of like scarce because everybody's doing Christmas decor, isn't it? So finding balloons is kind of like crazy these days. So using U-glue dash, you tape your candy canes to, whatever position you think is right. It was a struggle for me to place my candy canes. I didn't even know where I was going to place it, because I couldn't see what I was doing, really. So maybe if I had a lot of the candy canes, I wouldn't have a problem about where to place it. But because I didn't have a lot of it, yeah. So I had to just place it in random places. Another thing you could add a gift box using square foil balloon, and just add that as extra to it. So voila, we are all done. All white. I like the pearly, the pearly touch in the garland. It looks really nice. Gives it that extra different.
I don't know what it's gonna look like, but let's just see. Oh God, no. I batted it in the wrong direction. Okay. So that's the silver. So let's do the gold now. See. thought the gold would look better than the silver. So this one is done. So what do you guys think? Do you like the spray paint on it, or you like it plain all white? Let me know what you think in the comment section. Guys, please remember to subscribe to my channel. Tell me what you think. Share this video, and please don't skip the ads, yeah? Thank you guys. See you same time next week. Merry Christmas.